Hey guys, Andrew here from Pastor Blogs with another Getting Started tutorial where we're going to look at changing out the text that is already here, changing out links to go where you think they need to go. And to begin with that, we're going to click on Page Builder. And remember, in this video, we're just dealing with text and links and things of that nature. We've already covered, changing all the colors, changing the typography, so what fonts are being used, how the buttons are formatted, all that stuff, the background images, blog post images, things of that nature. Instead, in this video, we're just looking at changing out my written content with your written content and what that looks like. So it really is as simple as clicking and changing. So this starter site's called Spurgeon right now, so we're just gonna make the title, Prince of Preachers. If you don't know why, just give it a Google. And then we can, add a simple subheading right here. One thing I like to do when I'm working on text is I like to drag this over to the side, and so it lets me see what this looks like free of anything else. Maybe you don't like calling it a blog. Maybe you just want it to be post. So we'll just say latest post right here. And maybe subscribe isn't something you want to hear. Maybe you want to call them updates. So we'll just say get updates. And then same for down here. It's just another heading. View our latest post. Just clicking and typing. Upcoming gatherings. And it lets you make all the text your own. And to save it, we just click done and publish. You can see that all this is what you need it to be now. Let's go to the about page and see what's going on here. So first thing we want to do is click the page builder. And this isn't wide enough. I want that to be on one line. So what I want to do is drag this little side so that it's all on one line there, because it looks a little funky when it's not, right? Now when you click on Pastor Charles here, you'll see that it looks a little funky, right? And that's because this is a long short code that's tied to the minister's name. And I'm going to show you what that is real quick. But you'll also see the same thing down here. It's connected to the minister's name. And if I click on this, you'll see director of this string connected to the ministry name. So I've already gone over how to change that text, but I'm going to revisit it in this just so there's no confusion. If I go to ministry info, ministry details, you can see I have Charles right here. Let's change that to Charlie and see what happens. You can see it changes those two places. And if I change this right here, director of what? Director of, homiletic excellence. And that changes the ministry name right there. I'm not gonna publish that because I liked what I had there before, so I'm just gonna cancel that and I'm gonna jump back into the page builder. And so here's where you would throw your biography. You can delete this if you would like, to where it doesn't say director of anything. But I like that it's there, so I'm going to leave it there. And you would just delete my little placeholder biography here and add in stuff about who you are. And save that. Next is the links. So you can see that this is connected to another one of those little shortcodes here, and these are already set up for you. You never have to touch these if you don't want to. That's the beauty of this, is that I'm not expecting you to type in these shortcodes or to add these shortcodes. They're already where they need to be, right? And so this one is just tied to your email. So the contact email that you added in the customizer, it's your main contact email. The link is already set to go there. And you can go through every page and change out written content. There's not a ton of pages. We like to keep the beginning of this simple on purpose. Some of the ones you'll probably want to change out are the speaking request here, where it talks about, I understand the challenge that pastors and church leaders face in making a decision, blah, 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 blah. Thanks for considering me. And then the giving area, always love to add information about why giving is important, especially when it's not directly to a church, but to a ministry, to an itinerant type, to another nonprofit or cause. And there will be another tutorial after this one that talks about adding information to your giving page. As you can see, it looks pretty sparse right now. But this is all about just changing out the information that's already here. Let's look, before we close this video out, about adding a new section real quick. Again, there's going to be a whole nother video on navigating the page builder. I'm just showing you how to do something simple in a few clicks instead of explaining everything in one video. So what we're going to do is open the page builder. I'm going to unattach this. If I click this little plus icon, I can click rows. And I'm going to drop in a row with 3 columns right here. And the module that I use more than anything else is the call out module. So I'm just going to search for call out. I'm going to drop it in. Now I'm going to add a heading. I'm going to add a bit text here. It's already styled the way I want it to. It fits the rest of my site already. So I don't really have to do anything here unless I want to. I want to add an image. So let's add that image right there. I don't want to use a huge image because I want it to load good. But I do want it to match these other photos down here, so I want to put a little bit of a border radius on it. You can see that matches now. And the last thing I want to do is I want to add a link to. So I just want this to link to faithmade.com. Which, shameless plug, if you like pastor blogs for yourself, you'll love faithmade.com for your church. I want to open that in a new window. And I want it to be connected to a button. So I'm going to say visit. I can type FaithMade. And I'm going to click save. Another thing here is, instead of just adding the image, I can add an icon. So let's grab an icon real quick. There's tons of icons that you can choose from. I'm just going to select the smiley face. And I have that going to the left of the heading. You can put it to the left of the text and heading. Above the heading. Several other places in between. And click save. And I use the call out to add new content to so many places on the website. It's one of the most helpful modules you'll have. And it's probably one of the ones that you'll use the most, which is why I'm adding it in this getting started video that's primarily talking about changing my content with your own. Because I know a lot of you will change out the content here on the homepage, but want to add some more information about who you are. And you can do that right here, just by adding a row with a few columns and adding a few call outs. Adding a few images here and there. Add that border radius again. And then typing away, adding all new kinds of content and value for your readers. And just a pro tip, it bugs me when things aren't center aligned vertically. So I can go to column settings, equalize the heights, set it to center, and now that looks so much better to my eyeballs. Done publish as always. And now my homepage isn't just that top part and my blog post. Now I have some information about our ministry, a few more action shots, and some call outs on the kind of stuff that we are part of.